Hey guys, how y'all doing? Welcome to Scott Cannon Horsemanship. So I want to give a shout out to Kevin. He sent me a comment the other day on one of the videos I had done a couple weeks ago, and he was asking what my favorite groundwork exercise was. So I just want to do a short little video and kind of talk about that a little bit today. So that's a pretty tough question to answer um, because there's so many, but I really have to think about the very basic, the foundation of everything, and that's getting the connection of the horse. And the reason being is that I can't really go any further until I have that horse's attention. That's probably going to be the biggest one. But one of the things that I really like to do is to make sure that when I bring these horses into this round pen, that when they leave, they're more relaxed, they're more confident than when they came in. And I want them to want to kind of come in here. It kind of sets up a mindset of that they want to try for me. And that's really what I'm trying to look for. Okay, so that being said, we've got Sonny in here, and unfortunately, it's been quite a while since we've really done anything with him. Um, he's got some issues, physical issues that we're dealing with, and he's kind of recouping from some of those. He got some arthritis and things like that. So we haven't done much with him. Um, and you know, it's kind of funny. He goes out to pasture and he's with other horses during the day, but he really prefers to come in here. And I think he really is, he's a happy horse when he comes in here and he does things. He does things correctly. He makes right decisions. He does things that make me feel good, that make me proud of him. And I think he likes that. So, you know, you can see that we're already connected. I'll walk off. We'll see what he does. He might not come with me, but so this is good. So we'll go back to getting his attention here. Well, sometimes it just takes a second for it to kick in for him, but I didn't ask him to follow up. He just kind of followed up with me. So I really like that. So we can go ahead now at this point and really ask him for just a little bit of movement around. I'm just going to probably walk and trot him a little bit around. Step on off. Kind of looks the other direction. It's okay. He kind of forgot what he's supposed to do. I'm going to wait for that shoulder to step over. Keep waiting and wait for that shoulder to step over just like that. Like I said, it's been several months since we've really done anything with them, and the shoulder's kind of drifting in, so I'm going to push it back out. I don't want him to leave me mentally here. I'm not asking him to just run off and check out and go away from me. I don't want him to stay with me. And I'm just asking him to walk right now, so any of this stuff where he's trotting is all him, and it's just a little bit of reacting to the pressure of being moved. He kind of made a mistake when he first started, so he feels like he's got a little bit anxious, and that's why this brings this trot up. I didn't ask him to, so when he goes back down to a walk, I'll let him come back in. I'm not going to ask him to walk here because I didn't ask him to trot. I never want these guys to overreact and to do more than I ask them to do. But I do want them to respond when I do ask him to do something. So we'll just change directions. Very nice. He figured that one out right away. So again, getting that connection is what's so important, because he's able to figure out that how I asked him to do something and what I asked him to do, he knew the answer. In the beginning, when he made the wrong choice, he wasn't quite sure about what he was supposed to do, so that made him anxious and made him go into a trot. He'll back down here to walk in just a second. And as soon as he goes to that walk, I want to let him know that this is all I want him to do. And I could step in front of him and kind of get him to slow down a little bit. It would be the same thing as me picking a rein up, but I want him to understand that all I asked him to do was walk, that I had never asked him to do anything different. Change directions again. Very nice. So his mind is now kind of connected. He's kind of remembering how all this works and what he's supposed to do. That all he has to do right now is walk. Walk around. When I ask him to trot, then I'll expect him to trot. Now we'll make that change, and so I didn't ask him to go back to a walk. He just did that himself, which is fine. That's great. I just asked him again to go into a trot until I say, let's go back down to a walk. And we'll let him find that. This is basically him finding his way off of my seat. I'm not riding anymore. I'm not trotting anymore. Boy. Pick up our trot there, and I look for these nice, small, slow transitions where he goes into a nice jog. When he gets that, and I know he's got it correct, when he kind of goes into a jog, because he's not nervous and anxious. He knows the answer. Go ahead and go back to a walk, buddy. Good job. Back up. Give him a second here. And let all that soak in, that he just did the right thing. He's pretty good. He's remembering all this now. And we'll bring up and we'll ask him to go into a trot again. And all I'm doing is repeating my cue, which is picking up my point hand. That's the cue that I want him to go. And we'll let him come back down to a walk. I'm going to bring my energy and my body down. And we'll let him come in. So another really good one that I really like is what I call gas pedal and shifting gears. So when we go into, let's say we have a horse that's walking, trotting, and cantering, the horse has to know how to shift gears. It has to know how to, when I ask to go into second gear or into that trot, that it just goes into that trot. It's not dependent on the gas pedal. The gas pedal is how much speed and energy the horse has going into whatever gait they're in. So I like to get these horses to be able to pick up the changes in gaits when they're going as slow as they can, because I want to have that slow jog. I want to have that slow lope. Um, we can always go faster. We really want them to understand the difference. So when I was just asking him to go into the trot, when I did my set, he was walking and I picked up my hand and I asked for him to go into a trot. This is me shifting gears to second. And when he's at a jog and he's going around and I shift gears, I'm going to be able to say the same thing. Okay, I'm shifting now to third gear, and that's going to go into a lope. I've always got my flag back here to be able to push a little bit and get them to understand. But eventually they'll get like, I didn't need this at all to move him and go into a trot. I probably would have to a little bit on the canter or on the lope. But once they get that, they're keeping their wits about them. They're not losing their mind because, oh my gosh, I got to run around. I got to move now. I really got to run, and they get all anxious and nervous about having to pick up their pace, which basically means their gas pedal's going. They've got adrenaline flowing, and their gas pedal is going. So we want them to be able to do all these gait changes naturally as far as a gear shift. As far as the gas pedal, we just increase our body language, our body energy to move. So I'll ask him to just kind of move around here at a walk, and then we'll just put some energy on him to see if he can walk faster and then slow back down. And we can do all that on their back as well. I always do it on the ground first because I want them to have a good idea of what it is we're going to do when we are up on their back. So he might go into a trot when I ask this, but what I'm going to do is just pick up my energy and see if we can get a better, little bit more energy into his body at a walk. He went into a trot, so he immediately shifted. That's okay, we'll let him come back down to a walk again. And I'm gonna do it again. We're gonna just gently pick up some energy right there. And see if we can bring it down. Try it again. So he's pretty sensitive little horse. There it is. And when he just gently sped up just a little bit, I want to let him know that's exactly what I want to do. So basically, those are just a real quick little example of some of the things that I really like, getting their attention, really having a focus where they're really, trying to say, what is it that you want? They're trying to understand what I want. And then again, doing this exercise with the gas pedal and with the gear shift, because they really have to be kind of connected in order to get those and to be pretty good at them. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please like, subscribe, share, and I appreciate you, and I look forward to seeing you next time.